Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Costello. I represent a portion of southeastern Pennsylvania. I will share with you a personal, unfortunate anecdote with you, and that was as we were walking to the floor on Wednesday to vote on, Tuesday, to vote on some of this legislation. I had received a text from my brother that one of his good friends from high school had passed away over the weekend due to this epidemic. And I confirmed that with another friend of mine by text who told me, yeah, well, he's not the only one. And he cited two other kids that I went to high school with. And obviously this epidemic, there is no socioeconomic barrier to falling victim to this epidemic. It destroys families, it damages communities, and I think we should all be very proud of the very multilateral legislative response that we have embarked on here in the House this week, and what we hope will ultimately make its way to the President's desk for signature. They are bipartisan, common-sense solutions on preventing addiction in the first place, on educational efforts, and on ensuring those on the front lines have the resources that they need. Local leaders in my district met with me last week. I had the opportunity to speak with them, and we identified each of these essential items that have made their way into legislation as necessary to fighting this epidemic. I just want to share with you something else. Passing laws in and of itself will not end this epidemic. We're not suggesting that it will. But it can improve collaboration amongst the various stakeholders, the drug treatment counselors, law enforcement, local officials, local governments that often provide a lot of the funding that goes into combating this epidemic. We can also improve educational efforts. That's what this legislation will also do. And also resource allocation, aligning resources so that we can be most effective in responding and combating this epidemic. That's what this legislation does. And in doing all that, we will be able to make positive, important steps towards changing the trajectory, which is a very dangerous trajectory right now. We want to see that on the decline. That's what our efforts are intended to do. I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak with you, and I now want to call upon one of the real leaders in the House, the co-chair of the bipartisan task force to fight this epidemic, Mr. Gunther from New Hampshire.